Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing great. And sorry for the delay in today's video because I have come to India for a vacation, and that's the reason for a small delay in uploading videos on a regular basis. But with that, let's get started with today's video, right? Before I get started, I wanted to also welcome those who are new to my channel. A very warm welcome. Please like, share, subscribe, and also hit the bell icon for getting notified for more such videos. With that, in today's video, I thought of addressing some of the questions that you have been sending either through my LinkedIn handle, sending me private messages, or posting in some of the videos. The common thing that I am seeing is that you are planning to either switch to EDI jobs, right, and how to find a right job, or you are already working in the EDI industry, but and you are looking for a switch, are there any openings? Now, to be very honest, right, I am not working in EDI industry anymore, right? As I mentioned, I've been working in EDI industry for almost close to 16 years before, and then I have switched my career to a cloud solution architect. I'm working as a solution architect in AWS right now. But having said that, as I'm very passionate about integration, B2B EDI, and I've seen challenges for newcomers or people who are working in this industry to learn more about these technologies. There are really very less amount of resources out there open in the Google or the internet. Hence, I thought of creating this channel to at least share some of my learnings, my experiences, my knowledge, so that it helps you to kind of understand in general about the technology, right, about the product itself, and then also look into the resources that I always point out, so that you can do some further studies, and then it might help you either like working more efficiently in your existing role, or maybe if you're planning to switch roles or move to some other companies, right, how to get started with your interviews and all that. Having said that, like, the only that I cannot like recommend you, or I cannot like refer you to some EDI jobs, to be honest, right? Because I'm not working in that industry anymore. But typically, if I was in your place, right, if I'm wearing the same hat, what I would do, like if I'm planning to change my jobs for different reasons, right? Either my career growth, either better salary, either relocating to my home location, right? Things like that. There might be different reasons why you're looking for a change. The place that I would go is typically couple of job portals, right? One might be a good one is Indeed.com, right? And then within Indeed.com, you might search for EDI jobs, and you might give some specific locations that you're interested in, and then start applying for it, right? And I actually made one of the video earlier, like in my YouTube channel. If you go little earlier, is how to demystify, right? Like, let's say you find a job, but then you don't know whether you are the right fit for this job, right? Because like I don't want you to start applying to different job postings blindly, right? And because eventually what it might happen is that if you don't do little bit more research before you even apply for the job, like what it actually is asking, what is the role, what are the expectations, things like that, at the end, right, maybe after a few days or few weeks, you might get rejected, and you might find it, oh, I should have looked it in earlier, okay, could have saved either your effort, your time, as well as the interviewer's time, right? So rather than wasting time on either side of it, why don't you do some more research looking into the job role and try to demystify what exactly it is asking, and are you the right fit or not, right? Do you think that you are capable enough to like start working on a, you on and in that role the very next day if you're hired? If not, right, if there are any gaps before you even apply, or maybe when you apply, do you think that you should be able to accelerate your learning process, and kind of like maybe it might happen that you know 80% of the stuff, you don't know 20% of the stuff, but you think that from the time you're applying to the job till the time you're getting called for the interview, you might be able to do some self research, self learning, and be able to gain those things that they're asking or they might ask in the interview, and then be ready for the interview. If you think those kind, and that video that I've shared earlier, okay, would be able to help you demystify those kind of jobs and then be able to apply to the right job, right? Because that's very important, right? So the other portal that I would recommend other than Indeed.com is LinkedIn Jobs. Right? It's been very helpful for a lot of professionals to get jobs through LinkedIn. So LinkedIn Jobs is a place, okay, where you should be able to see most of the latest job openings in any industry or any technology, right? Be it EDI or any other technology. So these are the two resources that I would recommend that you should look into for who are looking for any job openings, right? And like the other thing that I would like to tell you is that if you think that like I can be any help to any one of you, right? Personally, what I would recommend is that start your just don't like reach out to me and asking like can you refer or are there any immediate jobs, right? Where I won't be able to answer or I don't have an answer as I mentioned, right? But why don't you do this thing, right? Like you go ahead, use those some of the resources or tools that I've mentioned, and then find the right job, right, and then apply for it, and then maybe you might reach out to me saying that what kind of question that I can anticipate, right? Like you should be able to identify quickly. If not, I can kind of help you. Like maybe these are the areas you should touch upon. Maybe you can share me the job link and say I can help you like saying that okay, these are the things that you should expect, right, in the interview. It may not be comprehensive, but at least I can provide some guidance, right? So I can try to help you in those areas, right, rather than like referring you or like letting you know where the EDI jobs is. Right? That's not my role here. Right? I don't want to play a role, okay, which I'm not like actively working in that industry no longer, right? So I hope this was useful, right, to folks who are really looking desperately for job changes, right? Considering the current situation, I know it's been tough for most of the people that were trying to switch jobs or maybe who has lost jobs, right, due to layoffs and all that. And my heart goes out for them, right? But at the day's end, right, if you have that potential, if you have the knowledge within yourself, if you are confident, right, in your interviews, if you have really worked and not faked your profile, you should not face a great challenge, I would say, to find the right job. Maybe you might be applying for the first one, you might get rejected. You might apply for the second one, you might get rejected. But maybe the third time is the time, okay, where you might get selected. So don't give up hope. At least I have like been successful in that way. Like I've never given up hope. Like if I see any challenge, I take it as an opportunity and try to understand like okay, what went wrong. Like I just go and do some self reflection based on my previous interview experience for the job role that I've applied for, and then try to identify like what could have been better, what are the areas that I can prepare further, and then apply for the next one, right? So take every interview as a learning process, take every failure as a pillar of like success, right, and try to understand what has went wrong, okay, and try to rectify them, try to prepare further, and then get ready for the next one, right? Hope this was useful for all of you. With that, I'm concluding today's video, and I shall be posting my next video probably next week, okay, as long as my schedule in India allows me to do so, right? With that, thank you, and I hope you all have a very nice evening, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.